Good morning, good afternoon, good night, wherever you're watching from. I don't know where you're watching from. Why don't you put in the comments where you're watching from? We're going to say a prayer for you and for your land, for your home, for your children. Let all us pray. I was thinking about the story of the woman with the issue of blood. And y'all, why don't never give us no name? We ain't got no name in the Bible yet. A lot of women ain't got no name. Now, we were significant. How I know that? Because it told a story about us. The woman with the issue of blood. She done wasted all her money. She done took everything to the doctors. Ain't that something? And we know about the issue of blood, ladies. We know all about the issue of blood. One time I had the issue of blood for 21 days. I ended up having a DNC, and then my little girl came. Ain't that something? It was a blessing. After all that mess. A blessing came after all that mess. That's how I know God got a blessing for you. You just keep holding on. But back to the story now. She said, I'm going to get to Jesus and spend all my money. These doctors done took everything I got. They done took all my money. They had took all of it. Didn't nobody want to fool with her. And you know she had a smell on her. You know that. But she made her way to the crowd. She made her way through the crowd. She was bobbing and weaving. She was on the ground. I know she was on the ground because she touched the hem of his garment. She was on the ground. She touched the hem of his garment. She said, I got to touch something. I'm going to get something. I ain't leaving here till I get something. And Jesus said, now he ran all these people. It was a crowd because it was a crowd always around. They were trying to see what Jesus was going to do. Some of them was excited for him. Some of them was in his corner. But some of them was just standing back watching. So they could go tell it. So they could go say, he's blaspheming. He talking about he the son of God. He God. We got to get rid of him. You know what some people hating. Haters follow you. Yeah, haters follow you. Anyway, now Jesus said, who touched me? Now you know the disciples was like, Jesus. Now Jesus, all these people around, what you mean who touched you? All these folks bumping up against you? He said, no, this was a special touch because I felt some power leave up out of me. This was a special touch. And he found out it was her. He didn't perform no kind of wave his hand or throw no holy water on or anoint her. He didn't do none of that. He said, your faith. See, she came there knowing that I'm going to leave here with something. She knew I'm going to leave here with something. He said, your faith has made you whole. Now go. Ain't that something? You got to have faith. You got to have faith, y'all. That's why I tell y'all, faith without works is what? Dead. Faith is dead. Faith without works. And she had worked. She had worked, y'all. She was tired. I know she was weak. Bleeding that long, she was weak. That's why she crawled there. She couldn't hardly walk. She couldn't hardly make it. They didn't say nobody brought her there. They didn't say she had no friends and they rode them. They ain't ride her there in they Bentley. She didn't come in her Cadillac. She didn't come in her Mercedes. She crawled. I can see her now, just getting her way through the crowd. She had a little tear in her eye. She didn't even have enough fluid in her. She didn't have enough hydration to have a complete cry. She had just a little tear. I can imagine it. But when she left there, she stood up strong. Because see, when Jesus works his miracles, when he makes you whole, it don't take no 5, 6, 7 days to make you whole. She stood up strong. She probably sprinted home. I can see her. We're going to be sprinting in a little bit, y'all. Hold on. Happy Sunday.